and welcome to 407 for Term 2, Fall 2021. My name is Professor Kinsey, and this video is an overview of both the course and Week 1 course. So I've been teaching at the University of Laverne for 6 years and have 16 years in education. I currently also teach at Upland High School, where I am a teacher and also technology TOSA, which stands for Teacher on Special Assignment in Technology. So I work with the district to help implement technology in the classrooms. I have also taught elementary school and junior high school. So I have multiple subject and a single subject credential, and so I've taught all grade levels. So I do have experience in all grade levels, and so I'm very excited to work with all of you. Okay, so for our first week in this video, I'm going to talk about how the course is structured, then I'm going to talk about the SAMR and ISTE standards, and then I'm going to get into Week 1. So how is this course structured? We will be communicating using an app called Slack. On Sunday, I will post an email that has the assignments, and it has a video like this one that goes through how to complete all of the assignments. I highly recommend you watch the video, especially if you have any questions. Go back and watch the video if you didn't watch it, and then send me a message. If you have a quick message that you need to ask, Slack is great. It goes to my phone, and I get a pop-up, and then I can respond to you quickly, or you can send me an email. And I do check my email frequently throughout the day. If you don't hear back from me via email within 48 hours, I want you to email me again because I might have accidentally deleted it, or I didn't get it, or something happened. Okay, you should hear back from me usually within 24 hours, but certainly within 48 hours. So you'll have 2 to 3 assignments in what I call the Learn category. You'll be learning about an ISTE standard, and I'll explain what ISTE stands for in a second. Then you'll have 2 to 3 assignments in the Create and Reflect category. So you'll be creating a lesson, or you'll be creating an activity, and you'll be reflecting on your learning. All right, so what are the ISTE standards? What is SAMR? So SAMR stands for Substitution, Augmentation, Modification, and Redefinition. And it's a way of looking at our use of technology in the classroom. So we want technology to redefine learning. We want technology to take learning to places it's never been before. We don't want technology simply to replace a pen and a piece of paper, because then we're not improving learning. So technology by itself, just technology not used well, does not increase learning. What needs to happen is technology needs to be used to have students think at a higher order. So getting into that creation level, if you've gone through depth of knowledge in other classes or Bloom's taxonomy, we want to get students at that higher level of thinking. And that's where technology really makes a difference. So SAMR was created by a professor to model those levels. Now, sometimes you are going to use substitution. Sometimes, it's just a keyboard and they're just typing. So I'm going to walk through those 4 levels, but I want to challenge you when you create assignments to really try to get to that modification. You're probably not going to be able to hit a lot of redefinition. That's hard. Even I don't do that all the time, but try to get to those higher level thinking skills when you're making technology assignments. All right, so substitution means you are replacing a pencil with a keyboard. Okay, instead of handwriting an essay, they're typing an essay. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not increasing student learning. Augmentation is when you can modify a tool to make it a little bit more. So instead of them looking through a dictionary, using something like Grammarly, which helps them with spelling, it also helps them with grammar structure. It is teaching them holistically how to spell and use grammar. Modification is doing something you couldn't do without technology. So instead of the Star Student poster, which is great, my kids have done these myself, if they create a slide and they're able to embed videos, they're able to embed music, they're able to make it multimedia, that is modification. So you're taking something that existed in paper and pencil and you're increasing it in a way that only technology could do. And then redefinition, it usually involves creation or sharing with a wider audience, okay? So you're creating something that students couldn't create without technology. So you see a picture here of students having like a little TV studio or a little movie studio. That's something they couldn't do without technology, and that is a higher level thinking skill to create. So the ISTE standards stand for the International Society for Technology and Education, and there are standards for students and there are standards for educators. And so this is how I've structured the framework of this class. These are technology standards. So in other courses, you look at the English standards, you look at the history standards. So this is a technology and education course, so we're going to look at the technology standards. So week 2 through 4 will be focused on the ISTE standards for students. You'll see them listed here, but we'll take a deeper dive when we go through those weeks. Then weeks 5 through 8 will be focused on the ISTE standards for educators, so how educators can use technology to become better educators. Okay. A couple frequently asked questions about the course: should I follow Blackboard or the syllabus if there's a conflict? If there's a conflict, follow Blackboard. The syllabus is my big picture plan, but sometimes I make changes based on the class, right? So if the class is doing better in one area or needs a little more support, I will modify assignments to make it more approachable to the students in the class. So you should follow Blackboard. There are no missing assignments. There are no hidden assignments. Someone said to me once, well, I thought all the assignments were on Blackboard in another class, but then the teacher said, oh no, that assignment's been on the syllabus and it was a research paper and she didn't know about it. There will be nothing missing. You will know exactly what you need to do. Do I accept late work? Yes, especially right now. Everything is crazy for everyone. And so if you reach out to me and you're like, I just can't, I need a couple more days, or I need a week, or this happened, I will always give an extension on work, because I know right now is a very challenging time, and my job as your professor is to support you in your learning, and sometimes that means we need extra time. Okay, so if something's going on and you need additional time, reach out to me and I will grant you that additional time. But I need to know what's going on, right? So if you're just never turning things in and I never hear from you, I don't know what the story is. So make sure that you are letting me know what's going on. Do you have to work with a group? Yes. But I know a lot of the fears that come with working with a group come from other members of the group not completing their parts and that negatively affecting someone's grade. That will not happen. Your grade is dependent on your work, and if someone in your group doesn't participate, that's on their grade. So when you're working with a group, you're not creating something except for 1 week. You are talking and discussing. So it's sort of mirroring that discussion you would have in class, but instead of doing it in class, because we're a virtual class, we're doing it online through Slack. So again, your grade is dependent on your participation. It is not dependent on the participation of others. Okay, so here is our Blackboard course. I have it set that the home page is the announcement page, okay? And then the course basics has a little video about me. It has the course syllabus. It has the textbook. It has some online class policies and the FERPA announcement. Okay. This link here is to our Slack homepage if you're using the web browser version. Then it's broken into week 1, which is just everyone getting set, getting our feet wet, getting into the course, 2 to 4, and 5 to 8. And then your grades will be below that. So within these 2 to 4, there are folders, okay, and the folders are labeled with the week that they are, okay, and what the ISTE standard is during that week. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have weeks built out yet beyond week 1. There's some stuff in there, but they're not finalized. So really wait until I send out the information, say, okay, week 2 is ready, week 4 is ready. Okay, so here, this is week 1. All right, so for this week, there are 4 assignments. A welcome survey, which you probably have done in other classes. You're going to join Slack, which is a communication tool. And then you're going to complete a getting to know you slide, and you're going to look at some entry-level videos on what ISTE is, and then post. So here's week 1. So this is the list of week 1 and all the assignments for week 1. This is a link to the welcome survey, and it's going to ask you when can you meet with a group. So what you're going to do is 30 minutes out of the week, you're going to virtually chat with a group of people, okay? And it's not every week, but it's most weeks that you'll be doing this. And so I really try to line you up with a time that's good for you, but the specifics of the time you and your group are going to pick. If you wind up in a group where the times don't work, it's not a big deal. Just email me and I'll move you to another group. The first week people do this, it's a little awkward, but by the end, students love chatting on Slack because it's synchronous. It's not asynchronous. It's not like the discussion board where you post something and then you wait and then someone replies and then you wait and then you reply. It's live. And so you'll be chatting. It's not a video, so you don't have to worry about, if you're in pajamas or your kids are there or whatever, you can be multitasking. You'll be chatting with them via text. So you're going to join Slack as your assignment number 2. This is a link to join our Slack page. Okay. And in this folder is information on what Slack is and how to join Slack, etc. Okay. The third assignment got moved down to the bottom somehow, but I'll move it up. It says getting to know you slides. You're going to click on the slide deck, and then everyone's going to add their own slide about themselves. And there are directions on the first slide that say what to add. It's mostly images. It won't take a lot of time to do this. The fourth task is to watch these 2 videos about the ISTE standards, and then you're going to post on the channel on Slack called Get to Know ISTE, so you can click on this link here, and different from content or subject standards, and why is it important for teachers to learn about the ISTE standards. So on Slack, there's multiple channels. There's a question one, and then once I set up the groups, your group will have its own channel. This one's called Get to Know ISTE, and so you'll click there, and then you'll type in your text, just answering those questions, and then everyone else will, and it'll be a thread of everyone's answers to those questions, okay? You do not need to post anything to Blackboard for this assignment. I will check Slack, so you don't have to post it in both places. So if you want on Blackboard to write like done or turned in so that you can turn it in so that you know that it's not missing, you can do that, but I'm just going to read Slack. All right, well, that's it for week 1. Please do not hesitate to ask me questions. You are never bothering me. It is never an annoyance to answer questions for my students. That's what I'm here for, okay? So I hope that you feel that you can approach me with anything. You can send me an email or send me a message on Slack, and I look forward to meeting all of you. Have a fantastic first week of Term 2 of Fall 2021.